I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your cattle market summary for the week ending Friday, August 21st. Really a drastic week here in the cattle market. I called it kind of back to the future. We knew coming down the line here next fall especially, but working on through 2016 that we don't have a lot to look forward to as supplies are going to start building back up, and the industry's really got used to a lot lighter kill than what we had back when we did have bigger supplies, and we're really in for some tough times coming down the road. And you know, on these feeder cattle, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't take $1 a pound off some of these feeder cattle, especially the big calves that have been bringing these near record prices here for quite a while. But we got an awful good start on it this week. Your board was down really hard on Wednesday, had a little support on Thursday, but then Friday we come in and the stock market was down over 500 points, and board was down really hard. Your out front live cattle were down well over $2 on all of them there, going out for quite a ways. August was only down $1.05 because we're right in the spot month here. But feeder cattle for August were down $1.20 with all of your out front feeders down the $450 limit. But really a tough week there. Live cattle futures for August ended the week at 145.42, which is less than the lower market we had this week. Feeder cattle for August ended at 212. Your CME feeder cattle index is at 215.25. We're right here in the spot month. Your Cattle Market Central real-time index is at 211.30 late Friday, which included all your Friday sales, which the CME won't until it comes out Monday. But just hard down. A lot of global fears out there. China's having their troubles, a lot of European troubles out there, and just not a whole lot of confidence in anything, and it's coming down especially hard on your commodity markets. Oil's at a 6.5-year low, which a lot of people really like that. You'd think it'd give people a little more change in their pocket to buy steaks with, and it might, but it's just when you get on one of these downhill climbs like this and losing everything on your commodities, it's just hard to get any support back under it. But cash feeder cattle for the week down $6 to $8 fully. Spots $10. Started out the week just kind of steady to $5 lower. And we were coming in on a negative after last week's announcement that Tyson was going to close that Denison, Iowa plant. But just starting to compound on top of each other with all this negativity and just really not anything positive out there. Your corn's going to be cheap, looks like. Your Pro Farmer Tour was traveling out in the Corn Belt this week, and their expectations of the yield is not going to be quite what USDA quoted in the Eastern Corn Belt, but it could be a little bit better in the Western Corn Belt because places in Minnesota out towards Nebraska are really going to have some high up yields right there. But not expecting a lot of change in the corn market, so we're going to have cheap feed, we're going to have cheap inputs, but we're just not looking to have a whole lot more demand for beef, and we're going to have more fed cattle, but that's not really going to start happening until we get into the new year. Probably until after February we're going to have more market ready fed cattle. We've got some things to look forward to, tight supplies of market ready cattle going from now through the fall into the new year, but we're just not able to capitalize on any of it. Your dressed steer weights for the actual slaughter ending August the 8th there jumped up to 895 pounds on a dressed steer, which is monster big, and now they're talking about bringing back the penalizations for having the over 1050 carcasses, and a lot of guys have been used to making 1,600 pound cattle now, and they're going to have to start backing off of that, which is going to keep them from cheapening them up on that lower corn. But on your feeder cattle, kind of a mark there for a 900 pound steer. Top price now is either side of $2 a pound. And as we speak, they're delivering cattle off grass a lot closer to $220. But a lot of those cattle had weight stops put on them, the ones that sold later just in the last month or so. We hadn't really seen a whole lot of that before, but you know, all the cattle have slides on them over the base weight, but they actually put in a stoppage of weight. So if you had some cattle to base weight delivery at 900 pounds and they come in weighing 950 pounds, they might only entertain your slide up to 940, and some I've even heard backed it up just 20 pounds over the base weight because they don't want to pay for those big heavy cattle that are coming in off those rank pastures. But still pretty good demand for feeder cattle out there, especially your farmer feeders are wanting to get in and buy some. Harriet, South Dakota, you look there on Cattle Market Central, they sell strings of cattle in the sale barn there. Had 476 steers, average 959, selling just after noon on Friday there at 201, and we set it a 900 pounder, bringing $2 is a good price. There's some weighing nearly 960 at 201. Earlier in the morning, they sold 531 steers on Friday morning there, weighed 858 at 215 and a quarter, and that's not a bad price at all. And a lot of your guys in the Southern Plains would give anything to have that kind of price level again. But your kills light again this week. They say the Packers are back in the black now, making good money, but they just they're so disciplined on what they do. They're still not slaughtering many cattle. So this week's slaughter estimated at 540,000, same as last week. That's 56,000 less than the same week a year ago, because normally this time of year we'd be getting ready to pack those coolers full so the Labor Day purchase could come in there. But fed cattle this week sold through the week a lot lower, from $2 to $5 lower, a lot of $4 to $5 lower. Kansas sold on Friday at 146 to 147, had a few pens sell at 147.50, and some dress sales at 235. But check out DV Auction. We got some good sales coming up this week. This weekend on Saturday, you got the Spader Roan Foundation quarter horse sale and ranch horse competition. A lot of Hancock bred horses in there, and check that out. It'll be entertaining to watch, and you might want to get in on some of those horses. Coming in on Monday, and that starts at 4 o'clock Central. Coming on Monday evening at 6 o'clock Eastern in the evening, Virginia Tele-Auction there has got 1,200 all programs feeder cattle selling in load lots. And those cattle will probably be a little bit off the mark as far as the western prices, but they won't be off on quality, I'll promise you that. That pretty much wraps up your cattle market summary for this week. Check out our website at dvauction.com. You can also see this report on stockexchangenews.com. So from a home DV Auction office here in Maysville, Missouri, we'll talk to you next week.